Hey guys, okay, so on the blog today, we are going to do our spring garden that we talked about in the last vlog. My wildflowers have finally arrived and I'm super excited, and I'm going to show you guys how step by step Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do, before I came out, I just found this little container that I had put up. I put some water in it, so I have about that much water in this container. I have my bag of seeds, and I just grabbed just a random old cup that I had, and I'm actually going to fill this cup up almost halfway, but not quite, with this amount of seeds. I don't know if you guys can see this well. I'm hoping that this comes out the way that I want it to. So I'm going to take this amount of seeds, and we're going to take this water and we're going to dump them inside this bucket. And then we're just going to kind of swish them around, just get them nice and wet. And I'm gonna we'll probably do this like this routine a couple times throughout the day. I'll be doing this. So now we have we mixed that up, so that way the seeds are completely mixed in the first batch of soil that we put in there. I'm gonna get some more soil out, and we're gonna dump it in the same container. We're kind of gonna make this thick as possible. Like this is still kind of. This is probably going to work right here. It's just going to be what I want. So you can see that there's still liquid in here, but it's like mud. See how we have it like mud? And the seeds are going to be completely mixed in this, and then I'll show you guys the next step on all you have to do to spread this out like a chia pet. Alright, so I'm going to keep mixing this up. That way everything, all of them seeds are completely mixed. We know how to do this, but it's mixed together. And then we're going to go spread it on the log. Okay, so I arrived at the first log that is standing out. You can see the logs right here and what I'm going to be working with today. Okay, so here's my first log. So it has natural greenery. The vines are actually starting to grow, so it's actually going to be really pretty having the seedlings on top of it, the wildflowers on top of it, when they grow out, and then having the vines in the middle of it. So this is the first log that we are going to work with, and I'm just going to take a handful of mud, and I'm just going to spread it out on top of this log, just like that. And that's pretty much all we have to do, is just spread it on top of the log. Okay, and then next to it there is another little tiny old log that's sitting here. So I'm just gonna let me see if I can get this angled. And this one has it has a lot of the vines that has grown up. So I'm gonna place my mud in particular areas with this, because the way the greenery is growing, I want the wildflowers to come out in the effect of my vines. So we're on round 2 of making some more mud patties. And I just happened to have this old jug of water that I had taken out of my car just sitting out here, so I don't have to go to the spigot. So I'm just going to use it up, and okay, so we're back over here on the last log that we stopped at. And so far, this is all that, I mean, you could probably put just this and it would do the same thing, but I'm going to add just a little bit more. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's so hard holding this camera and doing this at the same time. But I'm going to add more to this log. And I'm going to try to put a little bit down here too. Off to the side, we're going to try to get it right here. And then some more back here. That way the effect, when it pops up, and you guys will see it when the time comes. And then we're going to go over to the next log, is this one, and then we're just going to work our way in until I get them all over the place. Okay, so I have it all my seeds are spread out. I'm out of breath. Lord. Anyways, okay, so pretty much any and everywhere I could find on my logs to put lily patties, I did, including back there. And I'm going to try to see what this is going to look like. I hope it comes out the way that I'm visualizing that it's going to come out. Obviously, I have it thicker in other spots. Some spots it's going to be thinner, some spots it's going to be thicker, only because I didn't have a lot to work with. So we're just going to utilize what I had. I'm hoping to go get some more. If I get some more, then I'll add to the blog of adding more. I did along the log here in the front half, the one with my lily plant. Okay, so I'm done for today. I'm gonna probably run back out and grab more seeds and some more soil because I ran out of what I had. But I definitely had a lot, and I definitely covered a ton of area for what I had. I could leave it just the way it is probably and come out with some kind of layout to what I did, but I prefer to add more to it because there's areas that I could not get to because I have to be extremely careful because of how large the area is. I don't want to step on snakes. No, so it's a progress and to sculpt it out and stuff. So I definitely want to go get more to do exactly what I want to do. Plus my lily plant area definitely needs more. Just thinking about it in my mind, it definitely needs more. And I have other areas to do in the yard. So this is going to be... Look, I found my wedding band. It got stuck in my flip-flop. I don't know how the hell my wedding band got stuck in my flip-flop, but... Oh, where'd it go? Oh, where's it? It's stuck in my flip-flop. That's all it took is I had to go plant them damn plants, and there popped up my wedding band. Who knew? Slow progress. I will show you guys the procrastination of the flowers when they come blooming. So this is going to take a few weeks, and I can't wait to start seeing them come up. I'm super excited. So if I go back out and get some more, I will share with you guys what I'm doing on the next half of this procrastination. So I'll see you guys then. Bye. Okay, here's my rain 1 week after the first batch of planting of them seeds we did on the log. Look, this is 1 week later. We ain't even done. We still got so much more to go, but 1 week later, here's the rain. I just watered them this morning though, but here's the rain. It's raining. Actually, it's storming. Oh my god, this is the day after the storm that I just showed you. No freaking lie. Look what happened last night. This is the tree out by my log garden that was sitting out here by the spigot. Remember, here's all the logs. Look at this, guys. Oh my god, it snapped last night. And it's literally going the entire, that's how big it was, the entire length diagonal of my yard. Holy crap. No freaking lie. Look at that. And it just snapped off. And it was the tree that I showed you guys that goes with this tree that goes way up there. And it's literally right there. I come out this morning and I look over and this is in the yard. Well, I got more logs to work with. Yay! Oh my god. This is crazy. While I was out here, I'm checking to see if there was any green progress going on after a week. Right now, it looks like this stump is the only one that I see any kind of sprouts coming up. Oh, and this one back here, I see some sprouts appearing. The rest of them, I do not see sprouts so far, but we also have yet another another day of doing some seed planting. So I'm just kind of looking around. I was trying to look through. See, here's our patties. There's some right there in the patties that I put on this log. And you can see some coming out. So from the far view of the backyard, I'm going to show you guys real quick. The backyard, which you guys have seen in my blogs before, there is our new tree. Logs that snapped off from yesterday's storm. Oh my god, this is crazy. Yeah, so this is what I got to wake up to today, and this has been 7 days. And now, day 2, the storm is coming back again. It's starting to rain. The thunder, it has been thundering for the last 30 minutes. So this is the day after the last storm. And I woke up and found the tree this morning. And 2 hours after showing you this morning, here comes the storm again. Hey guys, okay, so today's vlog, we're gonna do our second day, which has been 2 weeks since we did our log vlog of doing our garden. And you remember I showed you all the good stuff a while ago that I got? Yeah, so we're getting ready to start to plant them in the planter. And then I'm going to go out with the leftovers and sprinkle them around. So that's what we're doing on today's vlog on Abigail's Adventure. Alright, you guys ready? Let's go. Okay, so this time I ended up going to the Dollar General. They had a bunch of potting soil on sale, so I ended up getting different potting soil for this project. It's kind of the potting soil I wanted for the logs, but I dealt with the organic that I had. So this time we're doing this. So I ended up getting 2 bags of this. I only paid $2.50 for each bag, and this is the size of the bag. So I'm just going to fill up all my planters that I bought. Remember, I bought 5. I think there was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 5. So we ended up getting 5 of them. So I'm going to end up, anyways, we'll get there when we get there. You know, it's an Abigail thing. So we're going to start off with the first one. And we're going to go ahead and try to get it filled. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, remember the bulbs that I had gotten? Let me turn these around. So I had gotten 3 different bulbs. I'm going to take 1 bulb out of each one of these packages, and I'm going to place them in the first canister, and we'll be done. Yeah, simple as that. I'm just taking 1 bulb out of these packages, not all of them. And I'm going to just kind of spread them wherever. You want to put 1 over here, and 1 over here, and 1 over here, and shut this one to the side. I'm going to mark with our little cute little things that I got where I put everything. So that's what I'm doing on this one. So it's going to be this one, and this one. I'm so excited. I want them to bloom now. So that's what we're going to do with the first canister. And you can see that I filled it up, completely filled it up with the potting soil. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one's down. I put some water in it. I had my little bucket over here that still had water in it. I just poured some water in it using the cup that I used to put the soil in here. I went ahead and marked them. I'm probably going to remark them, but I just did this for now so I know, but I'm going to go back here in a little bit and remark them so it doesn't come off, because it's probably going to wash out because it's going to be outside to get the sun. So yeah, so the first one's down with those 3 bulbs, and I only put 1 bulb in the canister. So first one's down. And we still got 5 more to go and a bunch of seeds. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think we're going to do some of the hummingbird next. I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do one with hummingbird in it. And my zinnias. I got my zinnias, my sunny areas. Remember my impatient? Because I'm so impatient. And then I got to do, I don't know, something. the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to just choose one of these flower rockets. I have never done a flower rocket, so I'm kind of going to have to try to see if I can make out the directions. Remember, I had bought these little things that were side by side because it shows placing it in there, and I don't know. I'm going to figure this one out on what this is for this. So we're going to challenge ourselves and try to figure out how to do this, and that is the next planner that I am going to do. So I have 2 planners left, so I'm going to do the rocket. I guess I'm only putting one because it looks like they spread fairly well. So I'm only putting one in a pot for this one. So, alright, let's get started on this challenge. This shall be fun. I've never done this one. Okay, so on this one, we are figuring out one of the flower rockets with that little styrofoam thing. So this is what it looks like when it's opened. And then I'm assuming from the directions, which doesn't give me too many directions, we're just going to wrap it around there. I put a little soil and water in here because it said make sure it's nice and wet. And I'm going to place it inside of it. And then we're going to add more soil and more water on top of this one and let it be. So, yeah, rocket flower. This is a challenge. I've never done this one. That's interesting. So that's what it looks like. Can you guys see it without me spilling it? Quite interesting. I was trying to figure this one out. Quite interesting. Okay, so in my 5th container, I did another one of the flower rockets. This one is called the Painted Daisy. So again, it comes just like the last one, the summer boutique that I did. So I have it all ready, and I did it exactly the same way. So that one's ready, and that's the 5th and final container. Now we have all the rest of the boxes, and we have to figure out where we're planting these bulbs, how I'm gonna do it, and I have some ideals. And the fire truck's going by. Oh, it's hot out here. He has to come cool me off. I'm burning up. He's like, ooh, Laura's on fire. Okay, so I'm gonna go figure out where we're gonna plant the rest of these boxes, and I will see you. Okay, so I just took I've read the back of the box. Most of them is pretty much mainly all sunlight and then partial sunlight. So to get them started, I have them in the corner of the fence line. I just went ahead and placed them right here in this cute little corner area to get them started, and then they're over out of the way, and then they should have plenty of sunlight over here to start sprouting. Once they start sprouting, then I will move them in different areas where they belong. So this is where we're putting these guys for now. All right, let's head to the next project. I have, you know how sometimes we just have stuff laying around? We have an old chair that's upside down. We have a little well thing here where the water flows out from the washer and dryer. You know, it's a redneck yard. So this is upside down. So I had planted, and you can see that they're actually starting to sprout, but I had put some of the seeds in there. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put more potting soil. I'm going to utilize this. I'm going to make my own little pot out of this. I'm going to fill it up with soil, and I'm going to put the remainder of those bulbs, because it would be the perfect spot for the remainder of the bulb. So I'm just going to fill this up, and then I'm going to place them randomly in this cool little ideal of a little planter. And this is where this is going to be. I can't wait for them to start blooming, for us to see all this once they're bloomed. Okay, so now the remainder of the bulbs that we had, I got them planted. They're in various areas. I added a lot more soil to the back of the chair, and I watered it. So I think this is going to be like a perfect little spot for them to bloom and grow. And I think it's just going to look so cute when it's all done right here. So that's a pretty nifty idea. So, all right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so on this hack or this whatever I'm going to do, you know, it's an Abigail thing. I had this old trash can. I had gotten this from work a while back. Had it in my car, took it out of my car, and I'm like, I'm going to save that because you can use it as a planter, but instead of using it as a deep planter, I'm going to use it as a shallow planter. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take probably the flower rocket. I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to place it over here against the fence line, and we're going to use it as a flower pot topper and see how that works. Yeah, this is going to be a DIY. Let's see if this works. I've been saving it and I've been wanting to use it. I'm not going to fill it up like a normal planter, not this time. But I'm going to use the depth of the top of it for, I think we're going to do the flower rockets. Yeah. Okay, so the last and final one of the flower rockets is the fragrant boutique. So instead of using the styrofoam for the top of it to wrap it, I just tore the wrapping in pieces, and then we're going to lay some soil and water on top of it, and then we're just going to place it over there, and we are going to watch her grow. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Okay, so I have these 3 boxes of the wildflower blend, right? The directions on this one says that you can do these late summer before the first, like 8 to 10 weeks before frost. I don't know nothing about any of that, but I know that they'll bloom whenever. It's procrastination. So what I'm gonna do, remember my front log, the one that has all the pretty vines, and then it has the lily that comes out. So since they all bloom at certain times of the season, I'm just gonna take these 3 boxes and I'm just spreading them around, and then when they grow. So yeah. So that is what I'm doing with these 3 boxes, because they can grow at any given time of the season. And I know that I threw it there, and it'll be pretty once they do take root with the vines. So that's where these are going. So am I expecting them to bloom when everything else is blooming? No, but this is where these guys are going. Okay, so I simply just spread out in a circular motion all 3 boxes around this vine log that is in the front of the garden here. And now the cat's coming to investigate, like, what does she just spread? So these wildflowers I spread all around this area. He's like, what did she just do? What did she just do? What is she doing? Now he's going and smelling the wildflowers. He's going to love when them wildflowers bloom too. So, alright. So they're in front of this, and when they come up, they come up. Wildflower, 3 boxes down. Sunny area. Okay, now we have the 3 boxes of zinnias, and we have 2 boxes of the hummingbird left. So I think what I'm going to do is I spread some soil along the baseline of the fence here. I am going to put zinnias, wildflower zinnias along the back side of the fence, and hopefully they take off the way that I picture that they're going to take off right here. So next project, zinnias and the rest of the wildflower hummingbirds. Well, we're over here with the logs. I just spread out those 3 boxes, but I'm going to show you guys from 2 weeks ago, the ones that we did, like the little chia pet log stuff, and I want to show you how they're growing. So here's one of the logs, there's one of the logs. You can see the greenery here where it's growing. They're all over the place, actually. Here's another log, the front log. Some of it got washed off from the rain, but they still decided to grow where they fell, so that worked out. So yeah, so far, and this is just this side, it's not counting the other side. Here's one of the top logs. I don't know if you guys can see it. where they're starting to sprout, and this was 2 weeks ago when we planted these on the log. Finally, okay, last 2 boxes of impatient. I'm getting so impatient already, let me tell you. I'm so tired. I'm ready to go get in that cold AC. Okay, so they got spread in the corner of the fence line between the house and the end of the fence line. So I went ahead and put them over here just to kind of give this little area. It's a little old area and it needs a little something something. So these guys, they're there. So all right, it's time to go around and finish watering everything, and I will catch you guys inside. So on one of my blogs, I was going to do a blog of this cool little gadget that I found to do this project, and I haven't gotten to post that one yet. I had showed you guys the nozzle head that I found at the dollar store, but I found this at TJ Maxx for $20. It is a Pro Gardener, pro grade, what do we call it? Water hose, but it stretches. This is what's cool. Look at it. It's a stretchy, so you can take it indoors. You don't have to leave it outside. It is so cool, and I wanted to share that. So we're getting ready to hook this up and water everything. I finally got this thing hooked up. I had to hook it up in the bushes. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and water this area that's closer to the house. See if we can get this in there. And I'm going to get it nice and saturated. And I'm going to do the rest of them. We finally made it back over to the log side. I have it hooked up over there in the well spigot. And we're going to go ahead. Oh, I got to turn it on. Hold on a second. I forgot that I turned it off. Okay. So now we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to water all this area where I just did the new seeds. We just had that 2 days of storm, but we're in Florida, so it's dry already. After we just had that flood and the boat come sailing in to rescue me. Crazy as hell. Alright, so I'm going to water this side and I'm going to water this side. And I've already watered everything along that side. And I will catch you guys inside. Guys, that is the end of that spring gardening. I'm out of breath. I'm burning up. I have been outside for about, I guess, 4 hours. We're literally going on 4 hours. I just came in to finish up the closing. I've been out since this morning, maybe even longer. Got everything watered, nice and saturated, and we're gonna give it, I guess, probably 6 to 8 weeks, and then we'll see where we're at then. And hopefully they start blooming like super fast. 2 weeks ago we already see the sprouts on the logs. I just placed more. I can't wait for that to start blooming. I placed some more that's a seasonal in front of the vines where the lily is, and then the bulbs, and then the flower rockets. I can't wait to see them come up and see how they do. So until then, I guess I will see you guys on the next vlog. Bye.